Hey guys and gals, let's continue on with part 2 of the Garden Restaurant by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42691, contains 1,465 pieces, retails for $129.99, and set was provided by the LEGO Group for the review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, this is what we did in the last installment right here, which is just basically the base plate and a little pond. And so far the build is keeping my interest. And I'm pretty much pleased with this so far. I'm not bored of it or anything like that. The set's still at a 10, and it's pretty interesting just to look at, just seeing it here. And it seems like it's built pretty well. I haven't had anything fall off. Well, we don't know how far that's going to be, so we don't know, but I'm going to say right now it's a really good build. So far everything is printed. We have not used the stickers yet. And today is the 30th of December 2025. So we're getting close to the end of the year here. November or December 30th. I can't remember. I think it's December 30th. I can't remember. It's late at night. It's like 1:15 in the morning. And before I go to bed, let me pick up a bunch of loose pieces and toss them somewhere. I have been reviewing set after set after set, and a lot of these sets, they come with a lot of loose parts when you're done with them. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer there. Alright, now we're going to continue on with bag 3, and I'm just going to do these in 2-bag installments, except for bag 9. It will be done in its own installment with the review. Oh, we got more small parts, so guess what, folks? We'll be here for another 30 minutes. I'm not sure yet. And how I know that is because when you see these, you know you're in trouble. And yeah, I've never seen these type of fences. These have been around longer than I've been on this earth, and never warm gold. So, yeah, looks like we have those new type of leaf pieces. Yeah, well, sets like this, and I'm just going to be honest with you, are a good source of parts. If you're interested in getting into Lego building and you need something with a lot of parts, that means the sets that if you're watching this and you're a guy and your sister gets friends, she's probably got an advantage over you, because these have a lot of accessories. If you're building a city or something, you know. Alright. So, in this installment, we're going to just be doing, we got Zahra. Ooh, say hello, Zahra. Here we are. So she's going to be born here real quick. Okay, first I got to find all her parts. Well, that's an interesting piece. Yeah, I mean, we got some gold here. Yeah, too bad that book wasn't printed. So we haven't hit any stickers yet. And of course, just like with Lego, they always hit us with the smallest stuff. Oh, we got to put a sticker on that. So never mind, I spoke too soon. This may take me 5 hours to find all the parts for a mini doll. I don't know why Lego just doesn't put them at the very end, because it's a little easier just to do that. And you're not going to find all her parts because they're probably in there. Everything's the same color, so you're going to have to mine for it. I mean, literally dig deep. Alright, well, so I got that the right way because she can sit. And then she's got a wig. I can get it in there correctly. She looks like that one gal from, if anybody ever watched that TV show Fringe back in the day, it was more like a science fiction. And yeah, she reminds me of that gal that was in there. Matter of fact, what was her name? I can't remember her name, but there was like Walter and Peter and all that stuff. We got to put a sticker on that, unfortunately. So we need to find sticker number 4, which is this right here. I'm not going to say her name is Tabitha, I'm trying to think of what her name was. I think the cow's name was Mildred. I can't remember, so I don't know. So unfortunately, this, let's put it like that. So that's Zahra there with her pen. So she's ready to scribble all over the walls. It's hard to say with her. Well, these friend dolls are starting to look more and more normal, and the Lego dolls don't do any. Lego minifigures don't look like much. Okay. And then now we're going to be focusing our attention, it looks like, on the back side of this now. So, yeah, with this thing here, goes right here. So we got the entry to get into the restaurant now. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. We're getting ready to go. I don't know what, I mean, it just says garden restaurant. I don't know if this is like a vegan restaurant. It could be a Mexican restaurant, maybe Spanish. It could even be Basque. We don't know what it is. We have no clue. We'll find out. We'll find out eventually. Maybe they serve sushi here. We don't know. We don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, I got to have fun with these vlogs. I can't make these too boring. I did read one more comment. Somebody got a little angry about how I presented one of my... anybody remember those Nike shoes I was putting together? Some people want me to come on here with a really phony, bubbly, fake accent and just act all, oh guys, look at all this fun stuff we can do. Oh boy, I'm so happy to build this. You know, in the back of my mind, I'm just bored as you know what. But hey, hey, you know what? This is going to be a really fun set. I'm going to show you all the cool features of this. Yeah, if I talk like that, I literally wouldn't even be happy with myself doing that. Maybe 30 years ago I probably would, but I've mellowed out since then. All right. Well, I thought this was a way to get in here, but if we have a door here, what's the point of this for? Unless it's like for, like, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to guess, right? Maybe it's a place to order the food at. We don't know. Yeah, I got to keep it a little quiet. Everybody's in bed. If it was just me here, I'd be whooping and hollering, but we can't. Lego, now you could have printed some of this stuff. First thing you're going to do is put this on here. And then now you got to put sticker number 6 on there, which is this one right here. This is where the, oh, you know why they have it, you know why there's the divider here? So you can't, what do they call it, dine and dash? You can't do that in this restaurant. Because if not, the waiter will throw something at you and you'll fall in the pool and ruin your phone. Well, we've already gone through some of the stickers. Even get some metallic studs in here too. Yeah. Alright, we use one of those. And now it looks like we're building some columns. We're back right here now. And Lego now. I thought maybe you had these in column form. But hey, I'll take 1x2 bricks. I prefer these over the columns any day. Because I'm used to building stuff like with this type of part. Okay, put this in here. More columns. And yeah, these type of colors are pretty soothing, but I thought maybe Lego we would have some 1x3s of this. And this is my biggest complaint about some of these newer sets. Lego has been getting a little crazy with 1x1 and 1x2s, where literally you are piecing almost stud by stud by stud. If anybody says I complain too much about it, try building a very large building just using 1x1 and 1x2s. It's not going to look too good. It really isn't. And it's not going to be very sturdy. Why they do that, I don't know. I don't understand it sometimes. And then it goes like that. And this one goes right here. At least we got some walls going in here, huh? Alright, now we're going to be jumping onto some of these. And then we got to make more columns. Hey, at least we're going to be calling them it up. Column it up. Columning it. Just column it. Yeah, I was with the holidays now pretty much behind us. I got to get some stuff going and that kind of thing. Alright, so they want the round side on the outside right there. So that goes like that. So we got our door there. So we can't, they can't dine and dash, huh? So what's her name? Aliya doesn't run off. We don't know. We haven't finished it up yet. We'll have to get a bunch of Friends dolls in here and see what the capacity of this restaurant is. See if we can break some some OSHA laws or something. Just what do they call it? Fire hazard laws? You can only have so many people in a building. We'll have to test those limits out and see how many people could fit in there before the building not housing authority, building inspector comes in and says, no, you can't do that at all. I like this dark purple or dark pink or light medium magenta or something. These right here are nice pieces. I've seen these but never in this color, so that's kind of a nice color to have in that. And that fits right there. Okay. Not too bad at all. Matter of fact, I was thinking about doing a tutorial or something like that where all you see is my arms and elbows bumping into the camera. Make those guys cringe a little bit. Let's back that out a little bit for you. Okay. Yeah. Build with a friend. Hey, we're all building together, right? Wait a minute, something doesn't seem right here. Did I skip something here? Oh, indeed I did. I messed up here. I didn't mess up, I just forgot some pieces. There's actually these right here. Now I was like, I'm putting that in there thinking it doesn't fit. Well, now we know why. Put that in there, and then now this goes on the top. I was like, what am I doing wrong there? Now, well, now I know what I did wrong. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I see what we're doing. All right. Yeah. Imagine building a house out of this color. It'd be kind of brutal, huh? And then now we got to rotate it around, and we're going to be working on this side here. Wait, if this was a full entire model, this would be kind of cool just to explore. I mean, it looks like we're just getting a portion of a restaurant here. Okay, they want the round spot facing out, the nasty side on the inside, so you can't see it. And then these go here. Now, do we need one back in that corner? No, we don't. Just wanted to make sure here. And then we're missing a piece here. It's all these small parts, I swear. That's why your bag takes like 30 minutes. There we go. There we go. Really good. Really good. It's like we're just raising up the walls here at this point. Okay. And yeah, that's kind of wiggly there. I think we're going to be strengthening that up here soon. Yeah, that's the only thing I just don't like about the newer sets. So they just come with so many small pieces. Matter of fact, I've overflowed on 1x1s and 1x2s. Bricks and plates, because that's all you find now. is a lot of the smaller stuff. Gold fencing I can always use. If I can get this in silver metallic, or just silver would be kind of cool. Or yeah, silver metallic would be really cool. Oh, cool! We get to mess with the new leaf pieces. Okay. And let's see here. I'm looking for a stud flower. Set that there. These would be fine for building like swamp trees, like just those trees that you'd find like in a swamp or something. Or plants, or you could even put them upside down and make this into husk for corn or something. Hard to say what I'd use that for. But that goes right there, right in that corner. You got a better view of it than I do. Alright, and then now we got to get this. I got plenty of these. Not in this color. If you're interested in building a Spanish or Mexican style building, I would start scarfing up these bright colors. This would be a really good treat to do. Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to some kind of curtains. And we're going to be making 2 of them. This time I read ahead. The last installment I didn't, and I was like, whoopsie. So we're going to need to... oh, and by the way, I'm also overflowed on these type of things too. I mean, since the Ambassador Network has been supplying me with a bunch of parts from sets, most of these I got so much of, but this is a part here you cannot have enough of. You need a bunch of these. If you're building that office trailer, you're going to need a bunch here. All right. Okay. There we go. We're just going to do both of them right now, just for your and my convenience. Some people build one at a time, and if you can't do what I'm doing, you don't have to do this, all right? The way you put your set together is the way that works for you. If you're comfortable with doing one at a time, then do that. That's where the stud goes on the top. So just do it one at a time. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. Okay. Some guys tell you their way is the correct way. The way that works for you is the correct way. Because, well, it'll be something that you can deal with. And I'm going to try to get at least installment done here tonight before I go to bed. I got 45 minutes left. Hopefully I got enough battery and recording time. I don't want to... okay, they have these here. I mean, they give you enough of a building thing here that you could use these ideas for your builds. So those curtains are pretty cool. And they go right in here. First off, yeah, they go like that. I mean, this is, I can just imagine coming in here and like having a nice mid-afternoon lunch or an early dinner. Coming here into the garden restaurant, having a nice relaxing bite to eat. In fact, this is almost something I would see like in the lobby of a hotel or something like that, leads you out to the pool. Not too bad at all. Okay, now it looks like we're going to be turning our attention here, and we're going to start putting this together. Lego. Now come on, you did not have this piece in that light coral. Uh-oh, something's going on here. Whoopsie, I forgot a part there. Uh-oh. We'll slide that right in and we'll never know. Or maybe not. There we go. Fixed it. Looking pretty good, huh? Okay. And there we go. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? And all right, so it's 2 from here. And then we use 2 of these. Okay, I see. Just got to skip a spot here. Okay, making sure we're getting to that point now where I'm going to have to raise that up because it is too low for you. You won't be able to see what I'm doing here and embarrassing myself. Okay. And so far the build is still keeping my interest. I don't feel bored of it. I don't feel tired of it. I mean, I'm tired, but not of this. I really want to build this one here. So, yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. We're getting this done really smooth here. This goes here. And I just remembered I got to edit a video, like finish it up so you can watch it tomorrow on the 30th. Or later today, actually. Okay, now it looks like we're building some other thing here. I'm not sure what this is yet. So we'll find out eventually. It uses a Technic brick out of all things, so it may have some functionality that we don't know yet. Not sure what that is. Okay, so that angular plate's supposed to go here. See where the thing's at, make sure it's at the bottom, and then put that there, because I had to look at it a couple times. I don't want to make a mistake, so don't make that mistake if you do. That would not be fun. The stud flare goes right in there. Something must go in there all the way. Alright, and then now this, you know what, this also could be a Japanese style. It could be Japanese or Chinese architecture too. A lot of those countries in the eastern part of the world, they just got a lot of the bright architecture. Out here everything's just kind of gray and bland and boring. In other countries, boy, they really go crazy on the art. I'm assuming that these butt all against the top here. Is some kind of maybe a lantern or something? Maybe a Japanese, Chinese lantern? I don't know, or just I'm not quite sure. If we start seeing the sushi, then we'll know. You know, I put that in and I shouldn't have done that right there because these tiles are just kind of going all over the place here. And then we need to stick this in here. Oh, I see what this is. Alright, hold on. I'll show you what it does here. This sticks in like this. Okay. Alright, but what does that do exactly? Well, it goes upside down. It's a little chandelier like a porch light. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you could put a light in there, that'd even be better. But we didn't. Looks like we only have one piece of each. So yeah, this is it for bag 3. And so far, I am pleased with the detail. It's still out of 10. We haven't had anything scratched or missing or anything, and it's keeping my interest. So yeah, that's what we have so far. Alright, we're going to wrap up with bag 4, and I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors, as well as my Patreon supporters, and those who checked out the Brickable store. That's always cool. And most importantly, if you've liked this type of video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and tell me your experience here with somebody's head rolling off. And yeah, I mean, wow, look who we have here. It's autumn. Wow, she even likes, she's my type of gal there. She likes, looks like she likes going hiking or camping and then roasting marshmallows and tracking things. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, I gotta put together autumn now. I've got a dark brown door frame. That'll come in handy. And I still have 37 minutes. So I think this whole camera here is going to be full of, yeah, look at all the small parts there. Yeah, we're going to be here for a while. We're going to be here for a while. If you're looking for me to cuss out the set, I'm sorry. The only thing I'm really just kind of bummed out on is I went so far without any printed stuff. Now the sticker that says restaurant, yeah, I understand that. They got to write that out in different languages. But I was really hoping that we didn't have any stickers at all. So it looks like we're putting together Autumn and Poppy and Nugget. Wow, I can't wait. So much fun. There's some more of those tiles too. So Autumn was hiding the last tiles. She didn't want me to have them. Well, first I got to find all the parts. Let's start pulling everything in there. So we found Poppy. Seen him in another couple of sets. Her, him, I don't know who it is. Looking for something that is wearing shorts. And then the torso is like your standard Lego Friends type thing. And then she's got something in her hand, which is a tile. That's printed. We'll take a, well, let's just do it right now here. Why not? Pretty cool, huh? It's like a postcard. Huh? Let's start putting together Autumn. Yeah, I kind of ramble on these things, and at first when I got this, I thought her arm was broken. I thought, how can they break a friend's arm? I mean, yeah, these are pretty skinny, but wouldn't this break here? No, that's how she is, right? I looked at that when I first saw that, and I thought, wait, what? But no, we got Autumn now. She can join everybody else. And she needs her tile to hold on to her postcard. Okay. And eventually this is how I'm going to do the reviews. So we won't be playing with it or anything. That's Autumn. And then we have Poppy and some other thing that I got to find. It's the most smallest things that we got to find first. I'll guarantee that's going to get a sticker. I can't find it. It's called Nugget. Maybe it could be nougat color, dark orange. I don't know. I don't see it anywhere. I'm just probably tired. Here they are. It's like more of like a nougat color. Trying to get it focused there. That's what he is, a little animal figure. And we got Poppy. By the time I do all these, I'm going to memorize all these names. Okay. All right, now we are going to be focusing our attention back into the interior. I think this is more of a Chinese or Japanese restaurant than anything else. Let's see here. I've also got so many small windows, but that is something you'd see in here. So just imagine you could take these ideas and you would put them in your own type of creation. Just kind of pull out a section and just kind of embed it in your own build. And you can get some pretty crazy stuff here. So now we got a little partition. There Now we got to make 4 of these. Oh, so they got it kind of fluted at the... Don't try to hit me in the head, Mr. Lamp. And then they have a hollow stud. I barely got done with the tutorial. And I'm trying not to get behind on memberships on my YouTube channel, on the main channel. Right now with reviews, personal life activities, I just, especially with the holidays, it's very hard to get things done and enjoy it. And just trying to survive. And thank goodness for Lego, because I can sure use the relaxation, but these small parts are not really helping out much. Yeah. I didn't block as many people this year like I did last year, which is always a good thing. I'm looking for studs. By the time I get in here and make a mess, it's harder to find things. I got plenty of these anyways. The stud's not this color down here, so I don't want to lose anything here that I know is not going to be replaceable like these. I have a lot of those, but just not in that color. That's why I'm like, please don't be missing any parts, because that would be a very bad thing. And looks like we're doing these right here. Yeah, now the next big thing that's coming up will be New Year's. And then, so by the time you're watching this, I hope everybody had a great New Year. Well, from last year. Depends on what part of the world you're in. We all should just get along and build with Lego and be done with it. Okay, now it looks like we're going to be stickering this thing up here. So what I want you to do is put this thing in first. I need these in this color. Unfortunately, I gotta put a sticker on it, so I'll be ripping that off when I'm done. And that's sticker number 1, which is this big hunkin' thing. And then, yeah, I did get some Lego sets for Christmas, like the little poly bags, as I prefer those. And in addition to that, my mom bought me some clothes, and my girlfriend bought me some stuff, and then I got one of those little toy Pac-Man pinball machines that you had to put together a little bit. You had to put stickers all on it. It was like something you had to put together. And it works. It's noisy. It's not quiet. And it works pretty good. I may have to one day just make a video just me playing it on here or something. There's your sticker there. I don't know yet. Yeah, but at least today, or tonight, early tomorrow, whatever you want to call it, at least I'm here building with you guys and gals, and just relaxing. Okay, that goes on the top like that. I was making sure here. Alright, so how are we going to put... I see arches, but how are they going to go on there? Well, obviously this is pet friendly. We got dog dishes. Put that right there. You got a better view than I do. And then now it looks like we're going to be focusing right here in the middle. Alright. So now It looks like we are putting... Wait a minute, before we do anything here. It's wanting these here like this. Stick that one in there first, might be a little easier. Then we need a dark blue plate. Yeah. Oh, jumper plate. I thought that was a 2x2 tile. That would have been nice to have that in trans blue. But we don't, so we just have to pretend. My friend collects tiles, so once this set is released, which is tomorrow, I'll tell her about the light Nugget. She likes doing colored mosaics and tiles, so that's one thing I will point out to her. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves a little water fountain here, so let's get going on that. Yeah, so if you like this style of video, I've had some people tell me they fall asleep to these. You know, hey, as long as you're watching them, I don't care. Or just if you enjoy this stuff, that's fine. You know, hey, if you enjoy it, that's cool. You know, at least I don't cuss in my videos. They're family friendly. I mean, yeah, I kind of talk about some things, but it's not like I'm going to be saying 4-letter words in here, 5-letter words, and ranting up a storm. Hey, when I get through the DMV stuff, we'll have some content. Right now, I got to get through the eye doctor first. That's not too fun, so we'll get some content going for you. When I go to the DMV, though, I'll just tell the lady, hey, I hope I pass, because if not, I have some content for YouTube. She'll probably fail me just for that. Failed the vision test. I stutter when I talk, when I'm reading stuff out loud, so that is going to be kind of a challenge. So I'm just going to let her know that, you know, dyslexic and all that stuff, and she's going to have to be patient with me, because when I'm driving down the road, I don't just sit there and read random letters on a board. I'm actually out paying attention, because I don't want to hurt myself or other people. Right. Boy, this is kind of intricate here. We're literally just tiling this whole little thing in here. It's a nice little garden fountain. This right here alone, you can just transplant this and make this into a freestanding unit. Put this in your, like in your, let's say you're building like a little office building or something, you can put that right in there. It'll look really good. So far so good. I gotta find some heart tiles. I got a bunch of hearts, but see, those heart tiles, they fit right in there. So it's a good little piece you can use for rocks. If we can get them in gray and maybe like sand yellow and stuff, maybe sand green, you could use these for stones too. Look really cool. And then they put this. Oh, okay, I see. So this piece goes in here like that. You may have to swing it in there a little bit. There we go, and just push it down. But that doesn't make sense, though, does it? So that just sits in there like that. I think I got it in right. Yeah, it just snaps right in between those. Oh, it goes right between the studs. Okay. So there's your water fountain. Okay. And on the back side, we're not done with this yet, obviously. Maybe that's the thing to make the water hot. We don't know. Yeah, this thing's starting to come apart back here. It could be a fireplace, too. You know, I bet that's what this is a fireplace in the back. A flame. Yeah, I think Lego's starting to get a little crazy with all these small pieces. a lot of these parts I have so much of, they're kind of useless to me, because when I'm building a house or something like that, I'm looking for big headers and like a 1x10 or something like that to put above a door. And when you don't have them, it makes it kind of difficult. And it looks like this is a fireplace. So let's get going here. And they did something kind of cool with this one. When we get there, I'll show you here. And this is a nice color to use. I mean, I could see this, I could see this being as a real in-person item here. Like the features of it anyways. Okay, and then they use these. And they have the claws facing inside. This is like the surrounding of the fireplace. And then we put the tiles on the bottom. So what they did here is they flipped this thing over and they snap it over those pieces there. How easy is that going to be? Well, if it's almost 2 in the morning, it's going to be kind of a challenge for me. Let's see here. Just press that down. Oh, that's not too bad. So there's your fireplace. That'd be a nice thing just for a window. This would even be better for a water fountain, too. No, we're not done with that yet. No. Okay, so we got to put it back to the fountain here. And then we got to put these back here. So I think we're still continuing with the top here with this. We're still at a 10, by the way. Nothing's really fallen apart. The only thing I'm just going to say is that there's just a lot of small parts at this point. And I mean, I'm all for a detail, but you know what? Come to think of it, there is a Mexican food restaurant in town that uses almost these same features. Well, this could be any kind of restaurant, to be honest. Okay, and that's it so far. But we're still working on the fountain right now. We're not even done with this yet. So they're using these to match it with that. I'm going to definitely order more of these tiles. Jay, you like to order stuff like tiles. Yeah, these tiles here, yeah, I'm going to order these. I'm not going to be silly. I'm going to buy these. When Lego ever releases them. They have something similar that's using brick yellow or tan, but I'm not into tan because white I could use more than that. So I'm glad kind of now I held off on buying those. But if you're into building Adobe style buildings, you may want to grab that. It goes on the top like that. So I could just hear the water running down this. It looks really good. And then this goes right here. Okay. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, there we go. Not too bad at all. Okay, now it looks like we're getting ready to finish up here with the fireplace. And I got 19 minutes. Okay. I don't want to split this card up. Okay, we're starting to experience things falling off now here. These have been floating around for quite some time, so if I start experiencing those coming off heavily, then I'm going to have to. Trying to find another small part. Yeah, I'm going to say this set is more or less like that modular we built on here. It's just 1x1s and 1x2s. It just feels like I'm rifling through nothing but small just pieces. I mean, I understand we need it for detail, but when you're putting things together and you're literally trying to line up 1x1s and things are just wiggling around like this, that's kind of, I think Lego, and I'm just going to say, it is starting to inflate part counts on sets just to do that, and that's not really not something I would do in my builds. It looks like this is the hearth, or not the hearth, the mantle for the fireplace. I've done this a few times on mine. Just got to make 2 of these, and then you set these on the bottom here, like that. Okay. And then after that, this goes here. And that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, that looks really good. And, well, we have some random ball of yarn up there that I can't get on. Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, okay. Okay, now it looks like we're turning our attention to the front here, right in this area above the fountain. All right. So some people have asked me about my vision impairment, you know, the challenges that I have to deal with, and, you know, for the most part, like stuff like this I can see. Okay. Horizontal lines like horizons I can see. It's the vertical lines that go up and down, these are kind of washed out. And it makes it just, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge lining parts up and stuff. But I've dealt with it all my life. And yes, I've had people make fun of me. Even for those who've seen me on YouTube, they make fun of me for that. Just a few. And until they walk a mile in my shoes, they don't know what I'm going through. Things are more challenging. It's like having it's like having vision on hardcore mode. And, you know, not to poke fun at somebody for it. Something that I did not pick nor control. You know, why do people do that? It just makes them feel bigger, I guess. I bet that goes on top of there, and that's exactly where that goes. And I don't understand it. The bullying thing kind of just gets annoying. But some people do it. I thought I heard a cat outside going berserk. You know, sometimes at night I'll hear a bunch of cats going off. Okay, we're going to be putting the arches above the windows. And now I know how they were going to put them in there. So they're using these round plates, and they're going to be doing it like this. Okay, we got 3 arches. We've got 1 here. I don't know where that one goes. We have to look. But we haven't got on that side yet here. So this fragile thing goes right here on top of that. Be very careful how you put that in there. Now this little peg here is supposed to go inside the hollow stud. So I think I'm just going to start on one end and just kind of slowly just line it up and wiggle and jiggle here. And see, I can't get that in there. Something's going on here. So we're going to have to re-wiggle that back in. And then once I get everything set in, I'm just going to slowly press this down. I'm not going to try to rush through it or anything. Okay, there we go. That takes care of that, but it's still not sturdy enough for my liking. I guess we got to put the rest of the parts in now. This might be a color I might want to grab some more of. Alright, now it looks like we're on this side here with the fence. Like that. I bet that arch goes on there next. That is where that goes, is right here. Figured it out, didn't mess up. And that's it. Now we got to go back inside here. I should have put this when we were doing this back in here. would have been nice. And this is still kind of free forming. It's still not secured. So it looks like we're putting ourselves furniture in here, so I'll tag it as furnishings. It seems like that's what we're doing now. Sorry if my hands are in the way. This is very small stuff, and I'm trying to do this without saying any bad words here. There we go. This is probably a pet bed or something. At least it's a pet-friendly restaurant. I've never seen those in earth green before. I got plenty of time to finish this up, so I might have it done in a day or two, get this whole thing built. But I'm not dissatisfied with this one. It's still keeping my interest. Not too bad at all. And looks like now we're putting a rug in here too. See, it looks like it's just interior furnishings at this point. You know, we've got a rug here. It could be a Spanish tile. Just make sure your hearts are facing inside. It's meant to fill in that little area there. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves like an easy chair. Something similar to the couch that we built, just a different color. You know what these tiles remind me of, because we're going to be using them on here, is the tacky cushions you get with your patio set. You know, the outdoor patio sets. Yeah, it either has wicker or like a wrought iron, even plastic chairs. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of, those really tacky cushions that you get. And that's what this reminds me of here. Alright, I got that part done. Yeah, thank goodness for inverted tiles, because then we can hide all the nasty parts. One time we stayed in this hotel. It was kind of like a Spanish, it was kind of designed like a Spanish mission. And yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of, with a big old lobby. And they always serve really good steaks and stuff. I mean, this place was high end. And that's what we have right there. Not too bad at all. So this goes here. So you're going to have to hop the chair to get to the fireplace. Yeah, not too bad at all, but we're not done yet. Because we got to put a plant in here now. Let's see here. These are the new type of leaf pieces. I have some of the older ones that are just starting to break now. So they're supposed to be offset like this a little bit, like that, with the tile in the front, I guess, to cover that hole up, make it look like a leaf. And then this gets installed there. Oh, that's already coming apart, Lego. Okay, this is starting to get a little flimsy. I'm going to say we're going to have to drop this thing down just a hair. That's barely hanging in. And this goes right up here. Now be very careful. Remember, this fireplace is not that secured yet. At least it adds a little bit more green there. And that's it for bag 4. Not too bad at all. And yeah, let me get this here. Like our book. Sorry, Zach, you're going to have to wait till the next installment, the next day actually. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. So far the set is keeping my interest. I'm not bored. This is what we have remaining here. It's not too bad. And I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of this set. And from what we have done so far, we've done, looks like part of the first floor here. We may not be done with this yet because this is not quite level. And here's the outside of it. And I think whoever's going to get this, it's not a complete build, obviously. This would have been nice if this was a modular. Just with these colors alone, this would make a beautiful modular. But we won't have that, so let me just set these gals in here. Sorry, it's ladies' night right now. Zach, you're gonna have to wait. Let's put her here by the waiting pool. I guess she doesn't fit there. Oh, we'll have to put her close to the edge. And the whole goal of what I do this for is set everything up is just to, I don't want to lose my animal figures and stuff. I just kind of set some things here because I got to do a thumbnail. And honestly, for $130 so far, the build experience I say is pretty good. It's keeping my interest, even as a dude. It's keeping my interest. There's a lot of building techniques in here, but I'm noticing I'm getting more medium to small parts. It's not a bad build for what it is, and for me, I think the Friends line has stepped up where the city sets have, especially city buildings. I have the airport I haven't built yet. That one just doesn't look too exciting. I'd rather do this than the airport. And it's a little flimsy right now. We're not quite done with this yet. But I'm going to say I'm pretty happy with the outcome of this build. I think it's going to look really good. I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say with the quality of it, it's about a 9.5. It's just starting to get a little flimsy here. And while we're building it, I don't know how good it's going to be when we're finished with it. But honestly, I'm happy with it. There's a lot of good building ideas I could snag out of here from my creations. But tell me what you think of the garden restaurant so far. I mean, honestly, I can't wait to see what this one looks like done.